Welcome to Beyond the Margins, the podcast, the place where we engage, educate, empower, and elevate. I'm your lead learner and host, Dr. Sohn A. Each week, I sit down with some of the brightest minds and dynamic leaders in education to challenge traditional narratives, especially those shaping the experiences of students at the margins. Together, we explore new ways to reimagine schools, classrooms, and learning communities as spaces for growth and transformation. At Beyond the Margins, we center students too often overlooked, sharing the stories, strategies, and ideas that matter most. Voices long pushed aside are brought to the center. Welcome to Beyond the Margins. Today is a special day. This is our Season 1 finale. Before we close this chapter and prepare for what's ahead, I simply want to say thank you. Thank you for joining me in this incredible journey. Whether you've watched every episode, listened during your commute, shared conversations with colleagues, or discovered this podcast only recently, your support has made this community possible. When I launched Beyond the Margins, the podcast, I wasn't interested in creating just another educational podcast. I wanted to create a place where educators, school leaders, researchers, policymakers, and advocates could have authentic conversations about one of education's greatest challenges and greatest opportunities. How do we create learning environments where every student is genuinely engaged? How do we move from compliance and cultivate curiosity? How do we transform classrooms, schools, and ultimately lives? Those questions have guided every conversation this season. Over the past several months, we've had the privilege of hearing from remarkable educators and leaders from across the country. Together, we've explored instructional innovation, educational leadership, equity, restorative practices, teacher preparation, career readiness, student voice, school culture, and countless other topics to talk about how we can reach those students most overlooked. What I appreciate most about every guest is this. No one came with easy answers. Instead, they came with wisdom earned through experience and working in the trenches. They challenged assumptions. They shared their successes as well as their failures. They reminded us that the work of education is both deeply rewarding and deeply human. Every conversation reinforces something I believe throughout my career. Student engagement doesn't happen by accident. It happens when educators intentionally create the conditions where students feel connected, challenged, valued, and capable of success. That belief has shaped not only this podcast, but my life's work. Throughout my career, as a classroom teacher, educational leader, researcher, consultant, and author, I've spent years studying why do students disengage and what can educators do differently. That journey ultimately led me to write my book, Unlocking Student Engagement, Insights for Urban, Alternative, and Non-Traditional Educators. Writing that book wasn't simply about sharing research. It was about giving educators practical tools they could implement immediately. Inside of the book is evidence-based strategies, real-world examples, and practical approaches designed to help educators move from asking, why won't my students engage, to asking, what conditions can I create that make engagement more likely. If you've enjoyed the conversations we've had throughout the season, I truly believe you'll find even greater depth and practical application in the book. My hope is that it becomes a resource you can return to throughout the school year, one that sparks ideas, encourages reflection, and reminds you that meaningful engagement is something we can intentionally cultivate. One of my biggest lessons I've learned over the years is this: we cannot solve disengagement with isolated strategies alone. We solve it by transforming systems. That's exactly why I founded Beyond the Margins Educational Consulting and Solutions. Beyond the Margins Consulting exists because schools don't simply need another workshop. They need practical solutions. They need meaningful professional learning. They need the support that continues long after keynotes end. They need strategies that educators can actually implement on Monday morning. Through Beyond the Margins, I've had the privilege of partnering with schools, districts, colleges and universities, correctional education programs, and educational organizations that are committed to improving student outcomes. Whether your organization is looking to increase student engagement, improve school culture, strengthen instructional practices, support new teachers, develop leaders, improve retention, or rethink how students experience learning, I love the opportunity to partner with you. Every professional development experience is designed to be interactive, research-informed, and immediately applicable, not just inspiring, but transformational. Because lasting change doesn't happen through motivation alone. It happens when educators leave equipped with new perspective, practical strategies, and confidence to implement them day one. If your school or organization is preparing for a new school year, there's no better time to begin that conversation. Let's work together to create learning environments where every student has the opportunity to engage, grow, and succeed. I also want to take a moment to thank every guest who generously gave their time to this podcast. Thank you for sharing your expertise, your stories, and most of all, thank you for your willingness to be vulnerable and transparent. You have helped educators around the world think differently about teaching, learning, and leadership. Most importantly, you've reminded us that education is still one of the most powerful forces for changing lives. And to everyone who watched, thank you. Thank you for every view, every download, every subscription, every comment, every email, every recommendation to a colleague. Every conversation these episodes have started inside your school, I'm appreciative for. Beyond the Margins is always meant to be bigger than a podcast. It's a growing community of educators who refuse to accept disengagement as inevitable. It's a movement of people committed to creating schools where every student feels seen, valued, challenged, and inspired. If you're part of that movement, again, thank you for walking this journey with me. Now for the exciting part, Season 2. Season 2 begins in September. I've been working behind the scenes to bring you outstanding new guests, deeper conversations, fresh perspectives, and practical ideas that you can immediately bring back to your classrooms, schools, and organizations. If you thought Season 1 was impactful, I truly believe Season 2 would take us even further. So make sure you subscribe, share the podcast with another educator, invite your colleagues to listen, bring these conversations into your schools because every conversation has the potential to spark transformation. Before I leave you, I'd like to ask one favor. If this podcast has encouraged you, if it has challenged your thinking, if it's given you even one strategy that's made a difference to your students, please help us reach another educator. Share an episode, recommend the podcast, purchase a copy of Unlocking Student Engagement for yourself or your team. And if you're looking for professional learning that moves beyond inspiration towards lasting impact, reach out to me at Beyond the Margins. I'd be honored to work alongside you, your educators, and school leaders as we continue unlocking student engagement together. As always, thank you, and I'll see you next season, if not sooner. If you've enjoyed today's conversation, share this episode, rate and review the show, and let's keep the dialogue going. If you would like to connect, email me at Sean@beyondthemarginsllc.com. That's SOHN @beyondthemarginsllc.com. It's been a pleasure being with you. Until next time, keep teaching, keep learning, keep leading, and keep pushing beyond the margins.